Cell biology at Washington University is distinctive in part because of the culture here. This place for many years has been devoted to the notion that the real purpose of a university is to improve the human condition.
There's a big tradition here of using physical approaches to study the basic cell biology and physiology. And that remains our mission today, to use the best state-of-the-art equipment to ask state-of-the-art questions and answer important questions in biomedical research, really from a basic science approach, the basic molecules, the basic cells that are involved.
Diabetes is a tremendously important problem, both because of the epidemic of obesity in the United States and because of an emergence of more penetrance of genes that were not noticed in before, in part perhaps because of lifestyle. There's emerging research, elegantly done by scientists here at Washington University in the Department of Cell Biology and Physiology, that suggests that complex signaling by glucagon can contribute to the high blood sugars that are seen in diabetes.
My particular research looks at the biophysics of secretion of insulin and glucagon. It's long been known, of course, if you don't have insulin, you have diabetes. Now we're looking at the cell-cell contacts between the beta cells that secrete insulin and the alpha cells that secrete glucagon. Insulin, we know. Glucagon is not so simple. Glucose comes into the alpha cells, it's metabolized, it closes the membranes, it depolarizes the cell, calcium comes in. Sometimes glucagon goes out, sometimes it doesn't. How these different pathways in the alpha cell map to cause glucagon secretion is what we're trying to understand. If you get rid of insulin, if you can also lower glucagon, you can cure diabetes, or at least ameliorate diabetes.
There is growing evidence that antagonizing the effects of glucagon can actually substantially improve diabetes. In the clinic, glucagon is a useful hormone because all of our patients who take insulin for therapy are also given a shot of glucagon.
We're starting to talk now with clinicians about what they see in patients in terms of their glucagon levels. We know that lowering glucagon can ameliorate diabetes, and so we just need to know if we can develop a drug out of our basic science work.
As director of endocrinology, I have a substantial clinical presence. I see patients with complex endocrinopathies and diabetes. And many of those patients are seen with both fellows and residents who are training here and medical students. And these are the people who are going to figure out exactly how to take these very fundamental observations made in the Department of Cell Biology and create new translational therapies that actually can help all of our patients, which is one of our major goals.
We also have a part of the department in the Membrane Excitable Diseases Center. They work on cell membrane and on channels and transporters in the cell membrane.
I'm director of the Center for Membrane Excitability Diseases, and our goal is explicitly to bring people from across the institution to work on how ion channels work and how excitability works. Geneticists demonstrated that gain-of-function mutations underlie this human disease called Cantu syndrome. Cantu syndrome is a very complex disease with many features: excess hair growth, abnormal facial appearance, lots of fluid leakage in different tissues, lymphedema. It's a very striking disease of many features. And that has led us to now very rapidly go on to do further biophysical analyses to understand how the changes in the channels are causing the disease.
We have a Cantu syndrome research clinic that we've held every summer for the last 3 summers, and where we bring in patients not only from the St. Louis area but also from around the country, and we do a variety of different tests on the patients. We've also established a patient registry. We've enrolled patients in this registry so that we're able to collect and store the data about their clinical features. So ultimately we want to develop a clinical trial where we would give the patients a sulfonylurea type drug. We have reason to believe that based on the molecular genetics of the condition that they should respond to this treatment.
We are pursuing more and more of this particular line of research through the center, through the interactions which we've been able to generate from bringing cell biology to the clinical medicine. We now understand much better the disease process itself.
One thing that makes this department unique is its place here at Washington University. Washington University is a very large medical center, and it has a long tradition of translational research and physician scientists and developing the physician scientists. It's easy to go across the street and talk to your colleagues and drive your research in a way that's going to have the highest, fastest impact on human health.